Already on it. Let's see what's in here. That'll do it.
Still as a pond.
Ben will be behind these doors, no doubt about it.
I don't think so.
Deadlight's power to be north of here. The brig be to the south.
This here must be the brig. I'm listening. Can do. Speak freely. Your orders? Captain? Aye, aye. You were saying?
Let's see what's in here. As promised.
Hello, Swabby. You ain't one of Benny's. What are you doing here? Knew we could count on our captain. Always looking out for us, he is. Seeing as you've let us out of the brig, I'd say we owe you. So you ought to speak with our captain in the forge. It's up the stairs on the western end. Be quiet and follow me, mates.
Captain, give me the order. You were saying?
Be that you? Still alive and kicking, I see. You've done right by me, freeing my crew. So I'll divvy up what I promised. Door's open, but there's something you ought to consider before you go. Sure, you could traipse right up there into Aldi's quarters to gut Ben with, but he'll be heavily guarded. Meanwhile, me and my crew will be stealing Ben's ship, the Drake, and in doing it, we're gonna bait him into storming outside all alone. Easier, aye, but I wouldn't underestimate the captain. He didn't get the name Brutal Ben for being a piss-poor fighter. Benny docks the Drake in a hidden berth beneath the fort. Kill the guards there for us. Aye, that's why I want your help. After you've cleared the docks, take the western tower to the fort's ramparts and sound the boating bell. 3 rings. Me and my mates will sail out with the Drake. 3 bell tolls alerts the fort to a ship leaving the private docks. With Aldi's gone to sea, that leaves just Ben's Drake docked. Ben's sure to storm the ramparts in a rage, right in time to watch his pride be stolen. Knew I could count on you. I can't wait until Ben gets his. Aye, under the dungeons, there's a cave with a wharf. The quickest route's just ahead, beyond that door. Entrance to the docks is nearest the kitchens. Some of Benny's crew are sure to be guarding the Drake, so you'll need to gut them if I'm to steal his ship.
A light's foot and an heavy bullet, aye, Cap?
I'll have this open in no time. That'll do it. Let's see what's in here. As promised. Already up. I'll have this open in no time. That'll do it. Not a problem.
Do I hear a mouse scritching, scratching?
Just say the word. I'm on it.
Keep at it. Benwith wants her ship shape in less than a fortnight.
Me too. Done and done. Aye.
Sound that thing. Let me cover my ears.
Who's rung the bell and why? It better not be. What in the blackest hell? Stop! Stop! That's my Andra fucking ship! Plague and perish those goddamn swivers. I'll blast them from the sea. Do I know you? Well, you wouldn't be the first I've pissed off and forgotten. For that to work, you'd have to be able to hit me. And I'm not likely to allow that. Ah, right. You're that sloop captain what got caught in the storms. I take it you did a number on my crew. Figures. I should have stayed to kill you myself. Looks like I'll have to remedy that now. What you hope to accomplish coming around here? So start singing, and do it quick. Because if you've got any fishy ideas, I can tell you this. You can fight me if you like, but you won't be leaving this fort alive. Then I'd be listening. Careful what you say next, or I'm likely to make you eat your entrails. Aye, I've riches aplenty to buy your clemency with. What'll it be then? Any pirates that sail through here will know of your strength and cunning. Mark my words. Glad we could come to an almost agreeable arrangement. I attack most anyone what comes across my path. You'll never know where treasure lies if you don't look. Without a Drake, though, I can't see myself preying on anyone for a time. You're only standing in her stronghold. She's the leader of us all. Us new bloods who chafe at Ferrante's stifling rule. Our commander might be at sea for now, but she'll be back soon enough. Spoken like a man after my own heart. I'll call off the ships who are hunting you at sea. And as for here, my crew will let you go about as you please. Should you need me, I'll be in Aldi's quarters.
Already on it. I'll have this open in no time. Let's see what's in here. That'll do it. Not a problem. I'll have this open as promised. Consider it done.
Leave off it, you gut-cutting ballcock.
Let's see what's in here. That'll do it. I'll have this open in no time, as promised. Already on it.
Welcome one and welcome all. Buy me a bottle and I'll be your finest loving pal. Black pox me? Drub me fucking dry. Gods. You know, speaking of, don't suppose you're looking for another Sodom on that boat of yours? Well, Deadlight just ain't what it's been, you know? Bit hot for my taste, if you catch my meaning. And better a boat full of friends than a fort full of foes! Yeah, foes! Well, not foes, but not friends neither. You mean like silver and such? Oh, like what can I do? Sure, I'm real good with my fists, and not half bad with a blade neither. Might not look it, but I can take a hit and keep punching.
Likely on account of being so full up of rum.
You're full of rum!
Right good comeback, lass.
Wait, really?
Sure about this, Cap? Word's always been that Mercury fell out the womb 3 sheets soused.
Oh, stuff them sheets up your ballast hole, you sorty old furball.
I was about to warn you about inviting too many pirates on board, but I'm warming up to this one.
Aye aye, Captain. See you aboard.
Look who finally washed back up ashore.
Ahoy there, Siri. Miss me?
Did I miss you? Oh, like a fish misses water, you gutless bastard. For the first few weeks, anyhow. Till it turned to confusion and worry. Ye said ye'd write every night, didn't ye? Then where were the birds or the boats with your poems and pages?
You saying our pirate's a poet?
I can't look away from this shipwreck.
Siri, sweet honey heart. I scribbled you missives day and night. Declarations of passion, sonnets in songs. Well, on account of me being at sea, I never had the opportunity to post them.
Oh, I'm certain I should believe every word of that blarney. About as certain as I am that you're a snake-tongued philanderer worth little more than a tug in the rug.
I plundered you up a pair of fine, very fine, snakeskin boots, with that tooling you like round the cuffs and all. But the gentleman sprung a leak, and they ended up thoroughly sodden. Tell her, Cap.
Are ye meaning to tell me that you've not dropped anchor at Fort Deadlight in the last 8 months? Well, come to have a look at you. Can't say I've ever seen you before. This your captain then now? What happened to Ferrante?
Ferrante still be sailing the seas, right? Is the rain and twice as frigid. Just gave me a bit of furlough to engage myself in more personal pursuits. Such as an emerald-haired lass who ain't never once left my thoughts.
Now don't go thinking I've forgiven ye a lick, Seraphine. I know you didn't come here looking for me, because if you had, you'd have come with a bottle and without your sodding captain.
Oh, you ain't wrong, lass. Wish it weren't true, but it is.
Now, why don't you be telling me what you want so I can be shot of you for good?
Aye, lass. The captain's got an ask or two about Deadlight, but first, I need to know. You remember Romaro? Sailed with me on a sorcerer.
Aye, I remember Romaro. You think I've gone wet in the head or something? Your words have always been as flowery for him as they were for me. It weren't so long ago he shipped out, come to think on it. Can't rightly say. Left in a hurry, I think. Or at least he were here one day and gone the next. Not that he ever mixed much with the sods here. Hard to starboard through the back door there, then straight on to the end of the hall. Don't think nobody's claimed his quarters since. Might be worth it to ye to poke around.
Give my thanks, lass. Truly. And many more besides.
Oh, keep it in your pantaloons, you randy swab. You had any other questions, Captain? Happy to oblige the person hauling this blue bastard away from Fort Deadlight. You don't know? That's so, I'm thinking it's not my place to tell you. They both crewed the Sorcerer for a season or 6. Romaro were like a father to Seraphine, or so he's told me. Taught him the mariner's trade. More than that, you'd have to ask him yourself. Were there something else you wanted?
Now what have we got here? I do believe I recognise these goddamn chests. By Andra's salty bosom, Romaro hauled this chest from one end of the Deadfire to the other. Dear S, that be me. I knew you'd seek me out. Please abandon the trail here. I fashioned this predicament for my own, and I'd not have you lock its weight round your own ankles. If you find yourself imperiled, seek Udina at Magic Water. She can help. Nay, Captain, that be over and done with. Certainly got what I came for. Thank you, kindly. I don't know Udina from Warmage, but Magic Waters, I know like my own fucking name. When I were a wee lad fresh on the Sorcerer, Romaro would treat me to the luminous bathhouse at Nekitaka. The water there shimmered like dawn on the open sea, and I, full flush with the poetic creativity of youth, called it Magic Waters. I know you don't owe me the favour, Captain, but if we could find our way to that bathhouse, I'd not hold it against you. Unless, and of course, you asked.
I wouldn't turn down a dip in the baths, but everything else you said is just awful.
For now, though, we've got plunder and pillage before us, aye?
What did you find, Ishi?
Consider it done. Mind if I do? Already on it.
did you find, Ishi?
Let's see what's in here. That'll do it. Not a problem.
Spit on me, and I'll make you regret it. One day, surely. Not that I ain't grateful, but if Ben's crew spots me about, they'll be taking more than my pride next. Suppose I'll do my best.
I'll have this open in no time. That'll do it.
Came to watch another round?
You ever thought about changing the color of your fur? Merkberries will stain your skin for weeks.
Oh, think I were born blue, eh? Think being this pretty come natural?
Well, dang, Seraphim. I never knew you were so fancy.
Yeah, but mayhaps I'll be giving them Merkberries a go. Ain't never been maroon before.
That
Did you
can't
catch
be
the
you,
new
I think
play
it
by the
is.
Peg-Leg performers yet? It's awful.
The Green Menace? That I did. Made me want to poke out my eyes.
Damn me for a buttered slice of hardtack. It's you, ain't it? Angry by the thumbs. At your service, he says. I'll keep it quick, see? If your little dinghy has got some chase in it, I've got a list of captains with a black mark to their name whose ships need a quick scuttling. And I'm in the market for a scuttler. Saying you're not? Me? I hear you divert coin like my second husband to the bottom of a cask. Never mind where I heard it. I heard it all the same, eh? Word gets round faster than pox. So, we have a deal? Better if you don't ask. 'Cause the Deadfire's in a big, ugly power play, it is. And not everyone gets quartered for being in the game. One captain, she's a piece, standing 20 rounds distant from the real players. Another, he's a means to some unknowable end. Who's to say why they both need to die? And the type of clients he pays for the red worker scuttling, they don't blow the gaff to the elf. Knew we'd be fast friends, I did. You'll be looking to scuttle Cornu first, one of Rowatai's finest, eh? I don't ask my client what he did or what scale his death balance is. Safer to keep questions in the hold. Hope that don't make you skittish, none. Loyalties being what they is.
I'll measure where my loyalties lie, thank you. If our target is worth his salt, he'll send us down to Andra's realm anyway.
Mark me. But the bird lass thinks she's true-born principe, she does. Of course you will. Knows a good opportunity when you sees it. Cornu helms a Voyager early muster in the waters north of Nakataka and south of Sayuka.
Not a problem.
Ain't no cruel eye of me. What good's a pirate who can't see? Forget navigating by the stars or shooting a pistol, I can't even swing a sword accurately now. Have a pity and toss me a pyre, will you? Is this what my life boils down to? A moment of entertainment for others? I was a bosun not so long ago, and a damn good one at that. But I took a shot to the face, see? Didn't lose much skin, but the flash burned out me eyesight. I can't make out so much as a blurry shape more than a foot away. Makes me right useless on a crew now, don't it? No one'll have me for work. Andra's blessings to you for sharing, sailor.
Fair day, traveler. Anything I can do for you, just say the word. Lady adventurer at your humble service. I was born in a deer and raised in the field, and there's nary a crevice of this archipelago I haven't seen. I split my time between a deer and the living lands, though I've spent much time in the Deadfire of late. And my goodness, if you think the Deadfire's wild, I must say, it's no more thrilling than a Lady of Luxury's afternoon luncheon in comparison to the glorious madness of the living lands. Being a cipher's come in quite handy, I'll tell you that. Oh, dear me, yes. Can't seem to avoid it. Not a lick of it's my fault, of course. It's the university. Always sending me to the most dangerous corners of Eora, the skimps. If I didn't know better, I might say they were trying to kill me. There's not other way to rid themselves of a tenured professor, after all. Oh, aye. Some you wouldn't right believe. Like the time I lost part of my ear here, see? Lost an entire research team along with the ear. Rather a long day, that was. My colleagues have implied I might be cursed, but I can't say I much agree. It's just the nature of the work, you understand. I mean, goodness, if you want a lady to find you the rarest plants, you gotta send her to the most remote places. On my last expedition, my colleague Inez got herself lost looking for what was essentially a big prickly weed. No medicinal use at all. I found her, though, mostly intact even. A blessing from the living lands, I call it, aye. But I do go on, don't I? Travel quick, travel quiet.
E così, traveler. Care to hear a tale? Well, I was born to a family of merchants on the Pearl Coast. I was a restless boy, and my feet took me to the Valen Republics when I came of age. I learned of the power of geography and language at my father's knee, and those skills proved useful in the Republics. I had many successful years as a merchant, and then I made a mistake. I joined up with a company based in Girara that traded in beautiful weavings, but they were ill-gotten gains, forcibly produced by a weaver the company kidnapped named Boniseta. I didn't learn the truth until it was too late. And when our crime was uncovered, I was exiled from the Republics. I would like to make amends to Boniseta personally, but it seems a distant possibility. Ah, well, I learned my lesson. I won't be played for a fool again. It is good to blend in. All the better to observe the business of those around you, yes? Kores!
Much ado to you, Casita. If you are looking for Ferrante, he is presiding over the Consuelo from his chair. You will find it seated in the center of the chambers ahead. Elsewise, how might I be of assistance? Yes, our Council of Captains. There are 7 seats on the Consuelo, each occupied by a high-ranking captain within the Principe. Seat holders convene to vote on a variety of issues concerning the Principe's well-being. To claim a seat, a captain must have substantial backing and sufficient power both politically and physically. Ferrante, the last Marcheso, holds the highest ranking seat because the most ships in our entire fleet have pledged loyalty to his flag. As you can guess, the Sea Wolf, Aldis, commands the second most numerous fleet of ships. As such, she is the second chair, and I am the third. Perhaps you would like to attend the proceedings when the Consuelo next convenes. You have my ear, Casita. Of what do you wish to discuss today? I met Ferrante decades ago. Many years I sailed as his first mate before building my own humble fleet. When in the Principe, do as the Valians do. Unless, of course, you have no care for tradition or the continued sustainability of our way of life, like some filthy new blood. You may have noticed a divide between old blood and the new, by which I mean those who descended from or otherwise hold old Valia in grand esteem, and the varied and often uncouth recruits we have since brought into the fold. I assure you, the latter was supremely by necessity, though perhaps I am ill-equipped to throw stones. As a casita of some repute, you will be most welcome in the king's coffin, but you should watch yourself throughout the radiant court.
Ah, Watcher. Good. You have arrived.
Ahoy there yourself, Captain. Or do I be but a pretty bit of man-meat to dangle from a wrist? As easily forgotten as set aside.
I know that dimple. Had you in my sights once, but you've been down to lace your boot. It's the ones who get away that hurt the most.
A coincidence, surely. A little seabird informs me that you have dealt with our mutual problem, the scoundrel Benoit. I must admit, I did not expect you to leave him alive, but I think it a shrewd decision. Whatever understanding you've come to, I do believe could prove advantageous for us in the future. Gelarde, for this you have my grandest commendation. That he did, indeed. Even though you left him alive, I am sure his pride received a long overdue beating. And as promised, I have prepared for you a fine prize. However, there is another matter of which we must now speak. I must confess to you a bit of a problem has arisen, one which speaks to your expertise with the supernatural. We've sighted the floating hangman that haunts the Deadfire. Indeed, and I will say it truly again. This galleon, what likely remains of the Fonferros, is a frightful legend. We have been losing ships at sea, amico, and not to those Valera ship-hunting bastards. I believe the floating hangman may be our culprit. Fortune favors us, as I have procured a survivor from such a recent sinking. You will consider what she has to say. Come forth, Selenia. Quickly now, or I will run rivers of your lethargic blood. Well, spit it out, Selenia, and try not to embarrass me before our guest.
Of course, Captain. It might have pretty hard near the end, but I spit the tale as best as I can. Go on, gent. I'm ready as I'm like to get me. You aren't quite what I expected, Watcher. You're kinder than most. Saw my old crew slaughtered me, my best mates, and even a few I hated. They weren't but blood and meat in the end. It branded the back of my eyes, that moment. High seas, nothing but blue all around. Then, Mist so thick you could taste it. Ships sailed from within. Out of nowhere was a hunt, not for loot, but for bodies. The ship, it looked rotted. The crew, they were all undead. Couldn't stop them from boarding, couldn't kill them, couldn't even fight them in the end. They were dreadful. Some were clothed, like maybe they'd only recently died. Others weren't more than moving bones. One was different. Her presence was overwhelming. Heavy. Flames burned in the place of her eyes. The crew shambled hard to do her bidding, even the ones who seemed hardly aware. Figured she was the captain, me.
There is a flag the floating hangman flies. A flag that once heralded the Fonferus of Old Valia. It belonged to a Darkotsi paladin of some legend, one Lucia Rivan. But Selenia's knowledge is limited in this regard. Let us instead ask her of a subject she may know.
Me and my crew were adept. Alert. Always. No. Weren't no one gonna get the jump on us. Was some magic foul. Just sunlight. The winds died. The waters fell flat and the air got heavy. They turned sky and the sea both against us. Then this thick fog roiled up at midday. Without a sound, the Spectre ship skimmed right out. It was too late. We couldn't outsail it. Dunno me. Drifted for days, maybe longer. Kept winking in and out after I ran out of drink.
One of mine found her no more than a week ago. Malnourished, dehydrated. The poor girl was scarcely able to speak.
Well, I'm more than able to gabble now, aren't I? Could sail, too. No, you got no reason to keep me.
Perhaps there is something else you wish to ask of our guest before she departs from us.
Calling me Craven? Huh, sure, I am. Took a knock-in and I was out for a while. When I came to, they were eating Ganasco, our steward. I dropped a dinghy and rode for it. Don't know why they didn't give chase. Don't much care, me.
She belongs to Aldis, who undoubtedly will come to claim her soon. But that is a problem for another time. One moment, Watcher.
Looks like we'll be making a salty grog-sucking cur of this one yet.
Mind the manner in which you address me, ship hunter. Allow me to cut to the heart of it. Lucia Rivan, whose flag flies atop our spectral ship, was a Darkotsi paladin who died more than 200 years ago. It is my hope that uncovering the details regarding dear Rivan's fate in life may illuminate the nature of her undeath and how to defeat her galleon. Unfortunately, the only soul who could possibly shine more light on our situation lies buried deep within Neketaka. One Isir the Berethian, now well rotted, I presume. By all accounts, our Rivan was a Darkotsi paladin who sailed to the Deadfire in order to safeguard a royal weapon of Old Valia. She is the epitome of Grand Valia, of magnificence, honor, and duty. Living or undead, she strives still to serve her charge. And yet, we know not why, but a Berethian priest called Isir opposed our Rivan, and fiercely. They fought to the death. Rivans, to be precise, in this very archipelago. Along with her life, Rivan lost the sword she had sworn to protect. It has, lamentably, remained unfindable since. I believe it may be why she searches the seas yet. Regrettably, I know little but this. He was an Adiran warrior priest of Berath, and a significantly fervent one, if tales are to be believed. He chased our Dakotsi to the Deadfire, hunting her to, well, to her death. Shortly after slaughtering our brave paladin, the priest died, possibly of sickness, or perhaps from a festering battle wound. He was entombed in honor of his service to Berath in Neketaka's sacred stair. Indeed, I do. Though I and mine cannot so openly venture into the depths of Neketaka, nor can we commune with the dead, you, Watcher, are adept in both of these areas, correct? You must search the Temple of Berath on Neketaka's sacred stair. His heir's tomb within it should contain a chronicle for how and where he slayed our paladin, Rivan. Gelarde, do return when you've any lead that may navigate us to where the floating hangman anchors. I will be waiting.
What have we here?
A light's foot and an heavy bullet, our captain.
You were saying? Still isn't. Give me the order.
Already on it.
Kill him, wait an hour, then pull any gold teeth. Easy as pie.
You're an idiot. Wait a minute, wait an hour. Alive, dead, it makes no difference at all.
I've pulled plenty of gold teeth. I know the right way of it.
Maybe I'll pull your teeth just to prove you wrong.
What do you know? It really does make no difference. You, out.
A tongue be a right sharper weapon than a pistol, but a pistol'll do in a pinch.
Haven't seen you around before. Welcome to the King's Coffin. What can I do for you? Figured that out all on your own, did you? You're right, though. Inherited an old dhow from my da when he passed. Right piece of shit it was, too. Realised I was bound to make more coin turning her into a tavern than letting her rot in her berth. What do you want? So long as you show me some coin.
I should come clean about something, Captain. Atsura didn't set me loose just so I could stay busy. Fact of the matter is, he gave me a job to do. I've got this stack of missives I need to deliver. Noble errand, right? The company has a lot of people working away from headquarters, and Atsura trusted me to get these in the right hands. I hope that isn't a problem. Watch out, Ishi. We've got a charmer on our hands. That's the thing about Atsura. He keeps so many irons in the fire at once that everything seems like a high priority. A bit of everything. Shipping manifests, requisitions for supplies, work orders. Mostly work orders. You wouldn't believe how much paperwork it takes to run a navy. Ah, yes. Making good with the locals, paying off bounties. Maybe Aethys did you a favor when you stepped on Cadnua. I didn't actually mean that. Don't take it personally if I'm vague on some of the details. Atsura likes his discretion, even when it comes to boring bureaucratic stuff. The second that I need you to worry, you'll know. Count on it. Pew pew. This one's bound for Harama, an acquaintance, good sailor. He's somewhere off in Tikawara. And these are for Tuaha, an old friend stationed in Port Maje. You meet some strange types in the Navy.
If you're enjoying my performance, tips are welcome but not required. Thank you, loyal patron. I work for a handful of pyres per day. How could I find enjoyment in that? I was playing dice and gambled on a sure thing. It turned out not to be such a sure thing, and now Harker owns my arse until I can pay off the debt. Of course, I started off owing him 250, and even though I've paid that twice, now I'm in the hole for 700. The interest rate, this uniform, my food and drinks, they all got added onto my tab at the end of the day. Oh, thank you, patron. I'll be debt-free in no time.
Hello. May I help you? Need anything? I'm not sure what there is to tell. I'm a man of adventure, mostly. A few. More than I could share in a night, to be sure. There is one that's close to my heart. It led me to my love. I was on an expedition into the backwoods of Red Seras when I came across an abandoned town. To my great surprise, I found a tremendous hoard of books in the town priest's cottage. And what a selection of books it was. Every subject represented, even some questionable ones. I couldn't help but help myself to them. I took as many as I could carry, and I can carry quite a bit. Read them all cover to cover and learned a lot too. I tired soon of wandering, so I settled in a small town in the Deerwood and became a tutor for a noble family. Fell in love with the governess, naturally, and I stayed. For a while. Well, I felt a stirring in my bones one day. I can't explain it. I just woke up, caught sight of the horizon, and had to go. I left my lady wife right there in our marital bed. I don't know what's waiting for me out here in the Deadfire. But I have hope this will be my biggest adventure yet. Well, you listened to my long tale. I suppose you are owed a trick or two. For the low price of 3,000 copper. Much obliged.
a problem. I don't think so.
Oh! God have mercy on me. Lost my goddamn soul in stupidity. Andre, save me now.
My ship was attacked and boarded by pirate hunters. Didn't know if we'd be able to get away, so I swallowed down my most valuable possession, Ngati's black tear, a gemstone about the size of my fist. Of course, now it ain't coming out of either end. Been trying all manner of foul concoctions to no effect on account of my stomach being too strong. Years of sailing the storm-racked seas will do that to you. Started feeling an intense pain 2 days ago. I think I might be dying. I can't even crawl no more. Make me puke. Whatever you gotta do, just make it happen before this cursed gem kills me. Give me something strong enough to upset even my iron gut. Rosanella's got a stand in the Radiant Court. She's been supplying me with some, experimental concoctions, tweaking them after. Tell her the last one actually came close to working.
What can I do for you?
My, aren't you a handsome one? Did you need help with something, my dear? Isn't it obvious? I entertain, of course. It'll cost you 50 pyres, naturally. And don't let the wrinkles fool you. I'm still young at heart, and I've got more experience than most.
What do we have here? How can I ease your troubles, friend? I surprise and delight the clientele. My speciality's oils. Full-body rub-downs, right? Fit to leave you limber, clear-headed, and free of the stresses of hard living. I got other skills, of course, should you be looking. And all for a measly 200 pyres.
Already on.
Let's see what as promised.
Your order sheet. Quiet. Aye, aye. Speak freely. You were saying?